Hello, my dear friends. Your host Shurma here. A very warm welcome to my art channel. I have a fun project to share with you today, and that happens to be painting a mandala on a note card. Today's project would be very easy, and it would be fun if you plan to paint along with me. So let's get started. Here is the list of supplies which I would be using for today's project. Chapter 1 deals with planning the elements of the note card and the tools I would be using for creating the mandala. I have these two elements with me. The first happens to be a white side folding card base. It is around 4 inches by 5.8 inches in size. The second element happens to be a dull ink blue cardstock, which is around 3.5 inches by 5 inches in size. I would be using some acrylic pens which have a very fine nib. I would need a ruler, a compass. Along with those, I would be using a tool for dotting purpose, and it has two little tiny balls on both sides. This tool is very useful for creating little details. Now here are two bottles of acrylic colors, and lastly is the plastic palette. Alright, so let's move on to the second chapter, which talks about steps to painting the mandala. I begin by choosing the midpoint towards the left edge of the paper, and I am using my compass to draw circles with the help of a pencil, and you will see that the circles are of various radii. Next, I go ahead and use the ruler to make the radial lines which are emanating from the center. I am using one of the innermost circles as my guide, and I am marking the points on the circle which are equidistant to each other. Next, I go ahead and connect the points on either side of the circle. Now, distance between 2 points on the circle depends on the kind of design you would like to draw or paint. You need to be careful while drawing the lines. Next, I go ahead and drop a little poodle of teal acrylic color on my palette. I dip one of the ends of the dotting tool, which has the bigger ball, and I'm trying to create the center. Now you have to really dip the ball into the poodle so that there's a lot of color on the ball. Next, I go ahead and pick up the pink acrylic pen, and I'm trying to draw some little leaves around the teal center. Next, I go ahead and trace the circle around the teal center and also fill in the little leaves with pink acrylic color. It is easy so far, isn't it? And I'm sure you are looking forward to the rest of the image as well. So do hang on, you will have a lot of fun creating the entire design. Alright, so once I'm done with the pink leaves, I move on to etch the outline along those pink leaves with the pink acrylic pen. Next, I go ahead and pick up my green acrylic pen, and I'm tracing along the circle. as you can see. I'm also lining the pink circle with green acrylic color. At this point, I've picked up my dotting tool once again, and this is the end which has the tiny ball. Now I'm picking up teal blue acrylic color and making tiny dots in between the pink leaves. Next, I go ahead and pick up my green acrylic pen and create triangles around the pink leaves. Dear friends, I hope this illustration is easy enough to understand. And while you follow me create the mandala, let me tell you a little about it. Mandala happens to be a Sanskrit word and it means circle, and it is an artistic representation of higher thought and deeper meaning. It is actually a geometric symbol and it is used in spiritual or emotional work to focus our attention on. The mandala image has originated from the Rig Veda, that is an ancient Indian text. Now it is used as a meditative tool and spiritual exercise in various belief systems. It helps to focus the mind of the observer or the creator inwards from the outer rim towards deeper reflection on the meaning and purpose of life, the nature of the ever-expanding universe, and the substance and reality of the creator of the universe. Isn't that amazing? Mandala essentially represents order and is understood as an almost self-created image of that order. Mandalas can be created in various sizes and their patterns are unlimited. A mandala is a very important tool which helps you to focus on the task, and it also connects you spiritually to the cosmos. So you see, dear friends, this is the real reason because of which I absolutely adore to create beautiful mandalas. And I'm sure if you give it a try, you will love it as well. Well, continuing with the process of creating the mandala, I have lost a little bit of the footage wherein I have shared the white dot procedure, but don't worry because I would be repeating it in a bit and you will see the entire procedure there. So you can see I'm using the pen, the acrylic pen to be precise, as well as the dotting tool to create a mixed mandala. So this doesn't only have the dots, but it also has the sketched parts. And this gives you more flexibility as far as the design is concerned. Here I'm using my green acrylic pen to create some more details. And I can see some blank spaces underneath it. So I would like to go ahead and fill them in by making those little leaves. It is essentially repetition of the same design all along the circle of a particular radii. Alright, next I'm using the pink acrylic pen, and this would be the outermost layer of the mandala. some little details to fill in those pink portions. The more the detail, the more prettier the mandala will appear to be. Similar design on both the layers. Here are some little swirls on the left hand side of the pink image. Alright then, it's time to create some white dots once again. So I have picked up my dotting tool and I'm using the end with the larger ball. Every time I need to make a dot, I dip in the tool end into the acrylic color pool. Now I'm using the smaller end and I'm creating some smaller dots around the pink image. See how pretty it looks. Now friends, don't you think that the image seems to pop? All thanks to the tiny white dots. So you see friends, this dotting tool is a very useful one and it helps to create little details in mandala art. Alright, so the panel is complete and let's go ahead and assemble the mandala note card. So these are the elements which I have with me. A white side folding note card, the painted panel, and I've also included a gold print cardstock cut to size, and I have a get well soon sentiment and a little piece of gold paper which I'll be using as a lining to the sentiment. So when I put everything together, this is how it looks. So dear friends, that's a wrap on today's project and hope you had fun watching me create the mandala design on the note card. Now friends, you need to let me know if you enjoyed this technique and did you find it easy, and I hope you will also create your own mandalas if you haven't so far. Please feel free to put down your opinions and queries in the comment box below, and I would be very happy to read them and also reply back to you. You may also choose to follow me on my social media handles and it would be a great pleasure to be in touch with you. Dear friends, old and new, thank you very much for visiting my channel today and also being with me till the end. It means a lot to me. Please do visit my channel for more art tutorials, and I would be back very soon with another interesting episode. Till then, take good care of yourself and bye-bye.